So when you bring in a stager who is an interior decorator, you're just trading out one personalization for another. And I've actually had this experience happen to me once, and I learned from it very quickly.
You gave it your personality,
I
baby.
gave it my personality.
Real estate agent man.
It is 2024, and for the last 6 months, we've been getting multiple calls from realtors and home sellers about our staging business.
That's right.
And that's because staging is definitely back in style. Yes, we went through a few years where you could basically just throw a for sale sign in front of your house and you'd get multiple offers. You didn't have to do anything to it. But those days are gone. We're back to a more normal market now. And our staging business, for the 5 years we ran it before 2020, was very important, very valuable. It definitely helped us sell houses faster and for more money than our competitors. And it's something that we learned how to do very well. And it was kind of sad for me, and I don't know how much it was for you, Katrina, but it was sad for me.
It was a nice break.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you definitely work it harder than I do. That's, for the listener, the staging business, Little Black Dress Home Staging, that is Katrina's baby, although she's also a licensed realtor and works real estate as well. But I lean more towards the real estate aspect, and she leads more towards the staging. But now with all these calls coming in over the past 6 months, we have decided to completely reboot not just our staging, but our home staging guarantee.
That's right. You said home staging guarantee?
What is a home staging guarantee?
What is that?
Well,
You'll have to call us to find out.
Yeah, I guess it's also on the website. In essence, you don't pay for it until your house sells.
What if it doesn't sell?
Then I pay for it.
All right. You can't get any better than that. That's like free money.
That's gold, baby. That's gold. So we need to talk about staging. We need to talk about the reason for it, the pros and the cons of having your realtor actually be the company that's also going to be doing the staging.
That's very important, and a lot of people wouldn't even think that would be important, but it really is, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't you just tell them now?
Okay, I can get started. So in our hiatus of staging, we had a property that was under contract, went back on the market. Long story. It's not really important. What the important thing is they asked us if they should hire a stager because they moved out, and now their house was vacant. The sale didn't close. And we said, sure, yeah, that would probably be in your best interest to do so. So people aren't walking into this vacant home. It would really help with atmosphere. They asked us if we knew anybody. We said, we have not really at this point worked with any other, but we have heard good things about this one person, and yeah, give them a call. They did. They came out. They went through everything in detail of how they were going to stage it and, what style they were going to use. And the homeowners, his eyes are circling because, he knows nothing about interior decorating. He's totally taking our word for this. So he signs all the documents. They come in, they bring everything in, and they come in to look at the house and are angry because it doesn't look like their house. It feels modern, and their house was very cozy country out in the country. So this particular product, for what it was, wasn't properly displayed. It would be like putting a pair of tennis shoes in the high heel rack and saying, this is your new little black dress shoe. I mean, it just doesn't convert. It didn't belong there. You know what I'm saying? What ended up happening is we weren't allowed as the realtors to touch anything where she had placed things. And I had a problem with that because there are things I wanted to do differently that would showcase this property much better. And she had just taken the traditional approach and put things where they normally should have been. But as a realtor, I have the ability to look at this product and say, how is a buyer going to want to use this today? And the way she had set it up was not how I needed it to be set up to showcase that home properly, to make it so that a buyer could identify with it and understand how they could use it. And I wasn't allowed to move anything, and that was the most frustrating part. So the seller said, I can't stand this stuff. Get it out of here. It looks like TJ Maxx threw up in here. It was like they had it. So
And so they wasted $5,000.
they sure did. Didn't get a refund or anything. Wasn't even in there the full 30 days.
You know,
I think
and
it was 2 weeks.
I just thought of something else as you were sharing that we had spent a lot of time in that house with that couple, as we do with our listings, because we go there and we meet with them and we walk through the house slowly and we get to understand them and we get to feel
the dynamics of
personality
the house. Yeah,
right.
the personality and dynamics of the house.
And I don't see where a home staging company that is really like an interior decorator coming to set up your home for the purpose of selling it, I don't see where they even have that opportunity to
No, they
build
really
that
didn't. How long do you
relationship.
think she was in there? She walked around. Maybe she was there an hour.
Right.
Yeah, she walked around. She just said, okay, we're going to put a living room set here. We're going to put a dining set here, blah, blah, blah. It was cut and dry, very simple. She knew the routine. She knew the program. And she came in and set it up like an interior decorator would, with the traditional spaces as they were. And it really, really did not work well in this instance.
And
Where
one of the worst things that she did is, I don't know if it wasn't like a guarantee, but she did say, "Oh, we will sell your house quick with this staging."
you will sell your house.
Yes, she gave that type of sales pitch, and it just wasn't true. So our staging costs are going to be similar or less than
In most cases,
our competitors, but you only pay for it when we close.
When we close. So if we don't sell it, and believe me, as a realtor,
that's a risk.
that is a risk, right? I mean, we don't have a magic ball, but our job, our experience, our skill sets come into play to help you convert your home into a product that is used, market ready for a new owner to identify with.
You said magic ball. Did you mean like a magic 8-ball?
Yeah, I don't have a magic ball. I don't have a magic. I do have a magic 8-ball, but none of the little squares say yes.
It's sold.
Your house sold. Wish I did. So anyway, long and short of this particular example is the staging that was brought in really didn't marry with the product, and buyers couldn't identify with it, and the homeowners certainly couldn't
And we knew
feel comfortable with it.
We knew some things that would be beneficial, but we weren't allowed to touch
it.
the staging
right.
stuff.
I would have done things a little differently.
Which was really hard for us because
I'm used to moving things around.
right, it's usually our stuff or our customers' stuff, and our customers trust us to make the right decisions. But when it belonged to the stager, so keep that in mind as your realtor is saying, "I can hire a stager."
Because what they're doing is calling me or texting me.
Yeah, they're calling us.
I can tell you that is exactly what's happening. So they don't, unless we're rare, but we're not the only realtor team
I know a
who
few other
offers
realtors
staging.
out there that do
and
some
they're
good staging.
also they're also very good and at the top of their game. The ones that do it, like Steve and I, are usually a team, usually husband and wife, usually top realtors, people who have the resources to be able to do this. But as far as I know, we're the only ones that offer a staging guarantee.
Right. Now, if some of our competitors hear this, they may start doing the same thing, but,
Don't despair. There's lots of other benefits you get with us besides just the staging guarantee. However, that's really a great peace of mind to have when you're getting your house ready for market. Now, let me just liken that to, real quickly, like when you drive your car into a car lot, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to get a new car. You don't look at your old car like it's your car anymore. You're done with it. You're excited about getting into your new one. You have converted your ownership of that car into a product, and that company's going to take that product down to the detailing department and put it back on the lot in the resale, in the used car lot division, and they're not going to try and sell it like a new home. Or a new car. I'm sorry, like a new car.
Right.
That's kind of my point. They're putting it on the used car lot. And that car is going to look as good as it can and come with, the extended warranty or some kind of a warranty with it, like, a home warranty would be to somebody who is purchasing a home. So what I'm trying to say here is when we get a house ready for the market, our job is to take your home, convert it to a product, and get it to a place where your buyer can identify with it and want to buy it.
Right.
Right? And that takes skill, that takes experience, It's not something magical that just happens by chance. There's a lot of work that goes into that, including the detailing department, which we have a detailing department because when we get your house ready for market, we're giving it the whole experience on the backside. And there's so much more that goes into getting your house ready than just throwing furniture around in a room and taking pictures and thinking that that's going to look amazing, because buyers can really see through that.
Yeah, and I've never put new tires on a vehicle to trade it in, but I have seen my trade-ins immediately get new tires. So the company that wants to sell it for the most money, they know, hey, if I drop $1,000 on tires on this, it's going to pay off.
Exactly.
And I would say that we know the right places as well to put your budget to get your house the most money for it.
Right. So we're really all about getting that home converted to a product that we can then bring a buyer to, and helping them understand how they can use it and seeing it for really what it is and not trying to make it look like something that it's not. I can tell you how many times we've taken buyers out, shown them homes, and we can walk into a house and the first thing that they say is, this house is staged. This house is staged. And somehow that has a cold meaning behind it. Like, it's like, somehow it's kind of almost like, it's very beautiful, but they're focused on looking at all the stuff and they really can't remember your house. Remember the product when they left because
Too much
stuff, or you've identified it with. This is one of the reasons we tell you as a realtor to depersonalize. So when you bring in a stager who is an interior decorator, you're just trading out one personalization for another. And I've actually had this experience happen to me once, and I learned from it very quickly. And it was, I took a condo, I had put some beautiful mid-century modern furniture in it.
You gave it your personality,
I
baby.
gave it my personality. And, I'm not going to lie, I love mid-century modern. So for a while there, that was all about it. Now, this particular buyer came back 3 times and finally looked at me and said, I really like it, but it's just too modern. Ta-da! That was it. My staging, as beautiful as it was, with lots of compliments on it, the buyer couldn't identify with. So, you know what? You live and you learn. But this is part of our experience, that we bring to you.
So now when you stage...
Oh, I consider things much differently.
Right.
I look at things on a different,
Yes.
in a much different light now. And really my job is to take your product and get it ready for the resale market and who your next buyer is going to be.
The main points that I hope you've taken away from this podcast today are: 1, home staging has become important again, and we are encouraging you to not go into it blindly. If you can find a realtor that also stages, that could be your best bet. Think about it this way: they have way more to lose than a stager does if your house doesn't sell. When you hire a home stager, you are paying them in advance for them to bring the furniture into your home. They've done their job, they've been paid. If you keep the furniture there for extended periods of time, there is usually an additional cost to that, of which you will also have to pay that. But they are getting their money regardless of whether your house sells. We recognize that our home staging guarantee has been a big player in customers feeling comfortable hiring us to also do their staging. Because the bottom line is they don't pay us anything until the house sells. So we better know what we're doing, or we're working for free. Well, that wraps up this episode of the Real Estate Agent Man podcast. Remember to leave some feedback and reviews on your favorite podcast app. And don't miss our 60-second real estate tips and market updates by subscribing to the Real Estate Agent Man YouTube and Rumble channels. Until next time, this is Steve Martin Smith, your Real Estate Agent Man.
You wanna own a place like the ones you've seen, maybe near the beach or a golf course green.